Okay, we're going on in a minute 30.
Wonderful. So we've got the time. Can I get you together one more time for a quick picture?
Oh, yeah, we'll get that. We'll get it.
We'll have time, Bill. No worries.
What time is your next event today?
Oh, we're good.
Jim,
Well,
12:30, the signing at Barnes & Noble.
So.
Jim, funny story, they got into a taxi and they didn't know how to get here. So he's been circling the block like 8,000 times.
Unbelievable. This guy, you tell him 32 of the Avenue of the Americas, and he's going around. He was going to drop us off about 3 blocks from here. He goes around.
Nobody knows their way around down
But
here.
technically, all those records that they don't acknowledge still exist, technically, right?
Oh, and technically, yes.
I mean, technically as part of the same team.
Yeah, Jimmy, my number was retired up there, okay? Aaron Boone is wearing it right now.
No, that's
Okay.
not right. Okay, well, I shouldn't be asking. This
No,
is
that's
on-air
fine,
stuff.
but they
This
didn't
is-
bring any of their history. What they're doing is they're going back in time with the Washington Senators.
But those are the Texas Rangers and the Minnesota
Twins, exactly. That's what they're recognizing.
That's not right.
They have forgotten entirely of the
It's like it didn't
37 years.
happen.
Yeah, like it didn't even exist.
That's unbelievable.
And this was my
Your
argument. This was my argument with Dale Petrosky, the then president of the. Here, Eddie. Put it on, Eddie. The then president of the Hall of Fame, who just recently resigned. He wanted me to go in as an expo. My contingency on that was that they're no longer going to exist. Either they're going to be contracted or moved, which they were.
I'm Carol Miller.
Why not go in as a Met?
Click on Q1043.com keyword Carol for the Get the
Let's read a little sample, and we'll get that out at 8 o'clock tonight on Q1043. Kathy Don.
That commercial, I did another one where there was a newsstand that come down out of the sky. It was done at Shea Stadium. Now that one wasn't too bad, but that one about, oops, I go, routine. I mean, it was so cheesy. It really was.
Keith there. Yeah. Then you hear the guy is, just waking up and going on the air, and he doesn't want to be on the air. He wants to be asleep.
Right.
But.
Or was it maybe a female every now and then?
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
But it
Keith was one of those kind of night owl guys, So Shelli, I know exactly because I've lived it and been with it, and I'm telling you, there was many a times that guys would ask me about the likes of Bill Buck, Darryl Strawberry. I looked up there, and Dwight Gooden, and of course Keith, and we were a cast of characters, and I basically I told people I don't really know what transpired after the game. I went back to my hotel room or I went home. What went on, I'll never know, but it's unfortunate because those guys, got caught up.
Yeah. But when you think of all the personalities and all the talent that they had, I know that people work very hard putting these teams together, but sometimes it seems to me like it's just serendipity. Sometimes you just get the right people together at the right time, and it just happens. That's the way it looks.
Well,
anyway,
I think chemistry has something to do with it. They were interviewing Jim Leland the other day, and he says, "Oh, that's a bunch of crap. That chemistry stuff." He goes, "Trust me, you don't have to believe what's going on in the clubhouses and all." And I kind of disagree because I think a manager is instrumental in trying to get that team together. If you have a lot of talent, it's a matter of that manager being able to pull that talent together and be able to orchestrate a team that wants to win, not just go out there and go through the motions, because that does happen, believe me. And look at the Yankees, how great of teams that they've had in these recent years. You bring an A-Rod in, you think, oh well, we've got the pennant. It doesn't necessarily happen that way,
Well, basically, they had an all-star team and it didn't happen.
Exactly.
Didn't happen.
And the team that they had when they won, 4 out of 5 years.
I went hot in 4 seconds.
Las Vegas for the New York Lottery, and you could win up to $1 million.
checking the sleepies, the
Bell
mattress
Parkway
professionals,
eastbound
Q-Traffic.
at Erskine Street and stay away from 39th between Lex and Park manhole explosion. Q Traffic brought to you by the New Jersey Education Association. When schools give students a solid academic foundation, emphasize personal responsibility, and teach students to think for themselves, that's a formula for success. That's a formula New Jersey Public Schools follow. The members of the New Jersey Education Association working to make New Jersey's public schools great for every child. More traffic in minutes. Q1043.
Bare spots? Let me count the ways. Everything from
Thank you.
heated
Thank you,
drop-
everybody.
Very nice.
Thank you. I've got to say, you know, Governor Patterson threw out the first ball at Shea.
Right.
He got it over the plate. He's legally blind. Okay, but he got it over the
Somebody
plate.
directed him the right way.
Yeah,
and
he got it over the plate. Now, John Kerry, of course, made himself look like an idiot when he was running for president
Right.
because it bounced and then rolled.
Oh, jeez,
Okay?
it was that bad.
Yeah, where you know George Bush, he throws strikes.
Absolutely.
But out at the Cyclones
Right.
game at Keyspan Park, which is beautiful.
Yes,
Isn't
it
there?
is.
Oh,
Oh.
that's gorgeous.
Yeah, many times. When I was roving, I went in there, and it's a sellout every night.
Yeah, I
and
know.
they go
Well, get
crazy.
Steve Cohen to hire you
Yeah.
out there.
Well,
No,
this is.
managers, not the players. Managers are actual big box office draws.
Oh, I know
minor
that.
league teams.
See-
Mookie Wilson sold a lot of tickets a
Oh,
few
yeah.
years ago when he was
I
manager.
know that. And Jeff Wilpon wanted me to go there, and I preferred to stay close to home.
It's just it's such a beautiful ballpark. With the
It is.
ocean in
It is.
But anyway, they asked me to come out and throw the first pitch.
Oh, great.
Okay, so I went out there, and when
No,
you're sitting in the
days before,
stands,
Garrett, he was terrified.
Okay.
All he was talking about was, what if I screw this up?
right? When you're sitting in the stands or when you're watching on TV,
Right.
it doesn't look like it's that far.
No, it doesn't.
When you are on the mound,
Yes.
the home plate seems like it's this big,
Yeah.
and it's way far away. It really is. It's intimidating. It's
Now,
really
did you
intimidating.
make it to home plate?
I made it. I made it. Yeah. I mean,
Right
it
away.
wasn't fast.
Right.
But it was over.
Well, that's
I
all
got
that
it to the
matters.
catcher's mitt.
That's all
you
that
know,
matters.
That's all I cared about is I wanted it in the catcher's mitt.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Okay. We have this listener sent an email saying, "Hi Jim, I don't know if you'll get this by the time you have Gary Carter on the show. Here is a picture of me and Gary Carter back in 1986. I'm a huge Mets fan, worked as a veterinary technician for North Shore Animal League. He's such a great guy and my all-time favorite Met. Please tell him that I love him. Kristen Marin of Greenwood Lake, New York." Well, we printed out the picture.
Oh, my
so
goodness.
we thought if you would sign it,
I'd be happy
we'll
to.
mail it to her.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm holding her puppy or
Yeah.
something here, huh?
Kristen.
Okay.
the name.
I would be happy to. All right. My goodness.
Okay, we're
Yeah, yeah,
we're moving phones and we're keeping the line open for.
Yeah, tell Eddie to.
Okay, Eddie. So
Yes.
clear the lines and be listening for our
Maggie.
workforce. And I want to mention her name again.
Maggie Levine. You have the crappy copy.
Yeah, I probably trucked it out.
I may kick Joe's ass. It's on tape. I gotta kick Joe's ass later. Mental note. Thank you.
When you worked up in Montreal,
Yes.
isn't that a great city? Just
Fantastic.
fun to hang out in. I love to go
And
there.
you know what? We actually drew quite
516
well
in the
when we
hotline,
were
man.
in contention.
516.
And the unfortunate thing is that they said, well, there was no fan attendance. And by the mid 90s, of course, after the '94 strike, the team was never the same because they didn't have the financial resources, and it was eventually going to happen. But it went on that way for many years until they did finally get moved.
Yeah, but I would think it's a fun town to live in.
Oh, it's a great town. We lived out on the West Island. It was more English, all right, and downtown.
Well, even in the city, the West Side is English. I mean,
Absolutely, absolutely, and the main streets, St. Catherine and Sherbrooke,
Sure.
yeah, and Rennie Levesque,
well,
know?
yes. Well, that's where the Queen Elizabeth Hotel is on.
absolutely,
Levesque
which is
Boulevard.
where I used
Whereas
to stay
I'd
all
love
the
to
time.
stay there.
Yeah.
Stand by.
Q, what's your name? Jonathan, I'm looking for a chick named Maggie. Sorry.
Okay, we should do the picture.
Yeah, can I get one with you too, actually?
Yes. Here's my book.
Hey, Joe, I'm gonna get a picture of Jim and I real quick. Actually, no, you're good. Much appreciated.
Okay,
Thanks for having us in today.
this one's
I'll
mine.
give him a chance to talk to some fans. So.
Hey,
Thank you.
Question mark?
You know, I would have worn a suit today if I.
Gotta represent the company for Gary, you know.
No, you look great.
Okay.
You look great. Hey, I didn't put my my suit or coat or tie on today. Today was a A relaxing
You get the
day.
picture?
No, we're just standing here hugging.
That's hot.
That is hot. That's almost like a
Manhole explosion! Look at Gary Carter and manhole explosion! This is the greatest day ever. The gay joke just keeps going. It's just nonstop.
You and Shelly with Gary.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let me get the host.
Probably a disaster that hurt many people, but we're going to go
you again, Shelley.
Did you? Oh, did I take your pen?
No, it was laying here. It's not my pen, but I got to sign it for Jimmy. Thank you. You want me to just sign these other two here also? I guess.